Hello out there to all of my fellow gold diggers. Welcome to my channel. I am Rita, the self-proclaimed gold digger. Here I discuss my life as a wife, mom, entrepreneur, business owner, all while trying to achieve my goals, and most importantly, me trying to get out of debt and pay off my student loan debt. But today we are going to jump into a video asking, how much could you live off of? Could you live off of $35,000 a year? I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot of money, but I think I could do it. So what prompted me along this is, in one of my previous videos, I mentioned that I am interested in looking into getting involved with the FIRE movement. And what the FIRE movement, FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. So my why for FI, for financial independence or financial freedom, is I feel like I need to be doing something much more than working every day from 9 to 5. There are other things that I would like to be able to do, other I won't say jobs, but I guess they will be jobs, other jobs or other pursuits that I'm interested in doing, as well as achieving, as it relates to my business, as it relates to my family, as it relates to me trying to create generational wealth and impact future generations and leave a legacy. But a lot of my time is tied up in my business, so I am trying to find a way where I don't have to be so involved in my business and I can start working on achieving these other areas. And it seems like in order to help me do that, I need to get rid of some bills, pretty much. I need to get rid of some bills, like my student loan bill. I talk about that. I owe over 6 figures worth of student loans. Also, I have other debt as well, my mortgage, my business loans, that kind of stuff. But I could do a lot more stuff if I didn't have to worry about trying to make so much money in order to pay these debts off or pay these recurring bills. So I stopped and I thought, like, what bills would I have once I was financially free, like debt free? What bills would I have? Like just my recurring bills, like my electric bill, gas, water, sewer. I wouldn't have a mortgage, groceries, gas to get around. But then I wouldn't necessarily have to work as much, so maybe I wouldn't even need as much gas. Other stuff, health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, all that kind of stuff that I would still have to have, but it's not considered debt. And y'all, when I did the tally of what it was, it turned out to be about 3,000 a year, a little bit under 3,000, or I can't remember the exact number. Not 3,000 a year. It was like a little bit over 3,000 a month was all I would need. And that came out to a little under 35,000 a year. Now, if I was being generous, like, if I wanted to travel or I was buying clothes and stuff like that every month, which I don't even do now, but I was like, if I was just being really generous with some of these numbers, it came out to a little under 40,000 a year if I was generous with it. So when I'm like pretty much sticking to the current expenses we have at this particular time, and without any debts or anything, I could live off of $35,000 a year. If I want to be generous and travel and buy stuff for myself and all that kind of stuff, then it comes out to a little under $40,000 a year. So I was curious, have y'all ever just stopped to think, how much do you really need to live off of? Like, if you didn't have debt, if you didn't have a mortgage, if you didn't have these credit card payments, if you didn't have car payments, because thank God I do not have any car payments, thank you Lord, like what would you really need to live off of? Like, could you survive on less than $35,000 a year? And I think you might be pleasantly surprised to find out what that number might be for you, which brings me to the question of why are we working so much? Like Like, honestly, why are we working so much? We are working to feed these, I don't say obsessions, but all of these expenses that we have surrounded ourselves with, all this stuff that we thought that we needed. Now, some of these, like, okay, you need a car. Yes, you need a house. But imagine if you didn't have any debt and you could actually like buy the house outright, or you just started off with a smaller home and kind of worked your way up and that kind of thing. And even for people paying rent and things like that. But imagine what you really could live off of. So that's what got me to thinking. It's like, I don't even need a high paying job. Like, why do we need a high paying job? So we can buy a whole bunch of stuff. And it's like, when you think about it, all the stuff I'm spending my money on right now, it don't even add up to a whole lot. Like, I don't need a high paying job. Um, I have this house, I have the student loan debt. It's like, I did all of this for what? Now all of my money is going to pay that stuff off. And it's like, I didn't even need all this stuff. I don't even need all of that money in order for me to, I won't say quote unquote be happy, but in order for me to live, in order for me to, you know, sustain myself. Like, I didn't even need all that. So it's like, whose dream am I living? Whose dream am I following that told me, hey, you need to get a high paying job? And I'm going to talk about that more in another video. That will also be coming out as well. So I'm not sure, I'm recording several videos on today, so I don't know how the videos are going to come out. But if it comes out before this one, I will definitely make sure that I link it in the description above if it comes out before this one. So yeah, why do we need this high paying job? And you know how I won't say everybody, but a lot of people like, I'm so over adulting, like adulting, I'm done with it and that kind of stuff. Because I know why. And I mean, adulting is hard. And if you think back to like when you were a kid and you really didn't have any expenses, like all I had to worry about, like my car was paid, I had a place to live. All I had to worry about was putting gas in my car, making sure I had food to eat, and pretty much keeping my car maintained. Everything else was kind of taken care of for me. So that is why, and it seemed like I had so much money back then. Like I pretty much could buy whatever I want. And even then I didn't want a lot of stuff. And even now I don't want a lot of stuff, but if I saw something, I got it or whatever. Or if I needed to save up for something, because I was saving money for college and different things as well. But it was more so not for me to pay my college tuition. It was more so for me to be able to buy whatever I wanted in college, because I knew I wasn't going to be working like I was now. But I had more than enough money, and I was not, I was working like little fast food restaurants and stuff like that, like getting minimum wage payments. And I had more than enough, and I was content and I was happy, and I could buy everything that I wanted to buy at the time. So imagine if I didn't have all these bills. So my question for you is, could you live off of $35,000 a year? Could you live off of less? Like, what do you need to live off of? Like, if you didn't have any debts, no debts at all, let me know in the comment section. I would be interested to hearing your thoughts, because like I said, why do we have all these jobs? Why do we need to keep making why do we need to keep making more money? What are we making all this money for? What are we trying to get? What are we trying to buy? What are we trying to prove? Like, why do we need all this? When I realized I don't even need a whole lot. Only need about 35,000, at the most 40,000 a year, and I'll meet my basic expenses and plus some. Okay, all right. That is all I have for now. This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and if you like what you see, if you like the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I would really appreciate if you do subscribe, because I am really close to getting to 100 subscribers. So thank you to everyone who has been checking out the videos and who has already subscribed so far. All right, until next time, take care everyone.